Well, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your sequins hats and your sequin skirts because, of course, it's time for us to find out what's happening in the world of fashion. It's time for the Fashion Fix, on Vogue and on trend. And, of course, to help us do that, we've got our Expresso fashion editor, Nick Strelitz. I just had to get that right, honey.
You better get that right.
Get that right. And then, of course, presenter Tabushi Ntsimunye. How are you doing?
Good.
I just want to let everybody know that I'm going to get it right. Donald Trump style.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
awesome stuff.
Nailed it.
It's so good to have you guys.
It's nice to see you.
Hey, yes.
Totally, yes.
Okay, Nick, so let's kick off with you. What is trending overseas?
Can I first shout out the fanny pack? Because the fanny pack?
Fanny.
Fanny pack.
Okay.
Tabushi called this as a trend about 2 weeks ago, and I then bought onto it. So I'm following her advice.
Well done.
There's nothing in it.
Tabushi is
on it.
She knows what's up. Okay, let's get into international news.
Please.
So, quite a historic moment, actually. On August 1st of this very month, Edward Enninful, British Edward Enninful, did something very, very historic. Number one, he was the first person of color and became the first man to helm British Vogue. In the 100 years the publication has been around. I mean, this is an iconic moment.
Yes.
Sure.
And diva extraordinaire, Naomi Campbell,
Ooh, la, la, la.
has actually come out talking about the lack of diversity in the fashion industry, big time, but pre-NFL appointment. Pre-NFL appointment. And you don't want to get on the bad side of Naomi. Remember when she hit her assistant with the phone? She threw that at her head. You gotta get a helmet, girl. Anyway, the controversy comes up after a style photo of the editorial team at Vogue was posted on Instagram. Now, this is the style photo taken right before Enninful became editor-in-chief. But look at the faces. Everyone is white. There's not one person of color. 55 people working at the highest echelon of fashion, no one of color. Boo is right.
Hashtag
Boo is
Vogue
right.
so white. Yeah.
So quite controversial. So Naomi's sort of calling it out. She's kind of calling out the previous editor, Alexandra Schulman, who was the editor up until Enninful took the helms of late. So girl better buy a helmet because she's getting a cell phone delivery to her head. So it's a really great moment. You know, people were celebrating diversity. Edwards hired Naomi and Steve McQueen, the director for 12 Years a Slave, to be contributing editors. So things are changing at the top of fashion.
Go Steve. I love him.
Steve.
Necessary.
Absolutely amazing. All right, well, from international to local, there was a big event that was just taking the country by storm. What was happening, girl?
As if we don't have enough polos already.
Yeah, no.
There was the In Under Africa polo that took place this Sunday, which basically celebrated the theme of quintessentially African. And like all polos, it was about the glitz, the glamour, the entertainment, the fashion. And some of our favorite celebrity girls, it girls, were out there. I mean, the likes of Bonang Mateba,
of course,
who is wearing Orapeleng Mudutli straight from the runway from Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, so she looks stunning. We also had the likes of Melinda Bam. Oh,
listen, I like how you say this name.
The middle.
Is that her last name?
Because that's literally her last name. She's wearing an alberta, beautiful dress. I mean, her silhouette is on fleek. And then we also had...
This was also straight off the runway.
straight off the runway. Quiteria and George. This is Dineo Gates, and she actually won best dress at the polo.
Really?
So really interesting that she's wearing a short dress and she won best dress. And of course, our favorites, Jessica Nkosi and Paul Tuzi, sneaking in a little cheeky kiss there. It's become like a celebrity signature to like kiss. To get the kiss. No, not at the polo.
Just in general.
In general life, like.
As long as it never becomes Madonna and Britney, I'm happy.
Oh no,
this is cute.
Yes, this is fine. We can do with this.
Leave
So the
tongue
polo was absolutely amazing, and we'll see what happens next year.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let's talk beauty for a second. What is trending right now?
It's so nice to talk beauty because we never do. And you know I love a smoky eye. Do I?
You do love it.
I tell you all the time. I respect it.
You try it every now and then too.
I do in my closet late at night by myself. So the new trend, so we're used to seeing tattooing. Last year we saw tattooing of eyebrows. Yes. So inserting pieces of actual, tattooed ink to make one's eyebrow appear bigger. Okay. Now we're seeing freckles. We're seeing tattooed freckles are now the rich. I'm serious, girl. Seeing tattooed freckles. So it's the same technology. It's semi-permanent technology. You can do sort of the sparkly one here. It costs about 3,000 rand. And some people are saying it's actually permanent.
That's a lot of money.
Some people are saying it's actually permanent, so you consult your doctor first because you don't want to wake up in 40 years and
still have freckles.
Why do I still have these?
But I mean, you can rock the trend in various ways. You can do a full face, you can do it underneath the eye. And I think people are embracing people with natural freckles, like your Emma Stones, your Eddie Redmayne. And even Alicia Keys, when she was doing the whole no makeup trend, she even had her own natural freckles. So she really embraced that trend.
I love it.
So I don't know, Leanne, would you do fake freckles?
I've got one or two.
Do you?
Underneath the panel beating, I've got one or two. I'm going to let them shine from now on. Well, it's time for us to, of course, take a little break because when we come back with our fashion squad, we're doing a game of fab or fail.